what do we have going on? The paradox. The paradox week. Damn, son. Insane, eh? All the DLC discounts. Very poga. Very poga. You know, the season pass. Part 1 basically is... it's not even a season pass, I guess it's like a bundle, seems like, right? Yeah. The Giga Bundle. Oh, the bundle without the main game, even though. That's the fun part. And then you still need it to get the game too. Even Chapter 2 is discounted, I see. Pretty good deal for City Skylines. Well, the thing is, like, the second, it's already irrelevant though. Like, the second game is gonna be out soon. That's why they're selling it now. That was the same with Crusader Kings 2, I remember. They got like $10 or something bundle on Humble, I think, or something. To get all CK2 DLCs and the main game too. And when you thought that, like, dude, that's such a good offer, you buy it, and then, like, boom, Crusader Kings 3. Brother. At least the pause was a bit longer, though. And then you have, like, 40 new DLCs. True. True. And Victoria 20% discount. And this one go in the reviews and still mixed even, I say. Not doing that well. Yeah, a bunch of Europa Universalis DLCs. Man, Planetfall is like 75% off, holy shit. What did this one not even? Well, I mean, I guess they got some DLCs pumped a little. But for some reason it wasn't their usual treatment. I guess they decided to, like, yeah, move on faster to the classic 4th game. Didn't stay long on Planetfall. Didn't stay long there. Just played a little bit. Kinda didn't really grab me much. Age of Wonders 4. It did grab me better though. I mean, to be honest, like, it still was pretty good though. So not sure. I didn't get all of these here. Oh yeah, the Mechabellum, there it is. Very positive, 91 positive, That's pretty good, That is pretty good, Pretty game. Nice to see devs not going the pixel graphics way. Damn, son. It's just the auto battler. I guess some people not happy with that too. I love this game, a lot of fun, needs chat filter. Tired of seeing racial and homophobic slurs in chat. Heard about that one before. A lot of gamers there. TVT split map, so it just feels like 1v1 with the side effects. Alright. Competitive auto battler. It's kind of interesting that they managed to roll into that genre that easy. TFT plus Clash Royale. Comparisons. The community attacking. Insane. Toxic community though, ignore chat, and it's fine. And then they're gonna find you still on Steam. Then they found him still. Can't hide from that. The gamers be gamers, dude. Huh? Overhyped, super boring. Damn son. Was it really hyped? I wait for them to figure out basic balance. Oh, I probably already some cookie cutter going there. Not a great auto battler game. Plays very slow. Trying to speed up the actual fighting. I guess people just really wanted another TFT or something for the super competitive auto battling, and they just wanted to do epic cool game with the mechas and stuff. That's why I think it's nice to make like a single player mode where everything is, you know, as intended, and then in multiplayer you can speed things up and everything. That would probably be a way better, but looks interesting though. That looks pretty good. Like even load. Yeah, they had the bomb simulator full release. Damn son. The one and only. And the Playway masterpieces. I live on the streets of Bombsville. And they went ham with that one, alright. The insane Playway galore. Baby sock, baby. But we'll see. Fully released. Yeah, that could be some meme stuff. Could be some meme stuff. Yeah, they released Far Cry also. Well, it's not available here. As usual, they did release it, at least on Steam now. Mostly positive, huh? It's like a lot of people instantly with it on Steam too. Just peruse that it's still, you know, the decent strats then for them. A lot of people still getting that stuff. Still the new, I see. Astroneer, Team 17 publisher sale, probably Dreadgy on sale too. Let's see window, I see. Got that one there. Strategy games. Fire Squid and a Hooded Horse, one and only. And my Lord's coming soon. Waiting for more bangers from Hooded Horse. That would be nice. Man, Colony ship is chunky, dude. Holy shit, alright. Can wait the price there. They also at least, I think recently kind of posted, oh yeah, they wanted to ask people to post more reviews or something because they're kind of struggling there now too. I mean, with this price, yeah, I ain't getting that. Sorry for that. I have it in the wish list, but yeah, it's gonna be there until I can justify the price, probably. And some prices nowadays are kind of hard to justify already for some games. And greedy the fool, huh? What's the second one? The bomb simulator, new and trending. The gunsmith simulator saw last time. Stellaris DLC mixed again. Yeah, they keep getting away with that stuff. Like so many DLCs with these prices. Well, this is actually kind of like for Paradox. That's kind of like cheap-ish DLC, I guess. Some like CK DLCs already like getting closer to 1,000 or something. They still getting mixed and getting away with this. Yeah, Darkest Dungeon is chunky. 75, huh? And people complaining too. Much worse than first part. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of that. Cost double the price. Alright. Would never recommend it to anybody. Hades-esque format. Damn. Comparing to Hades, you know. Could probably find better roguelites to compare with. People would mold about being Epic exclusive for so long. People like less molding about that stuff. Not to mention they also had like what? What's the name? But they have early access now in Epic, so people less mad about it. Much prefer they stick to the Darkest Dungeon 1 format. Yeah, that's probably like mostly. And that's probably mostly the complaints there, yeah. Finish the chapter, stockpiled on money, reset the gun, you start with nothing. True. Yeah, overall kinda was fine with that though. A lot of molding. A lot of molding. But it is Slay Spire more than anything. Like the same structure with the map and everything. Totally not the Hades or something. But it is different. It is quite different. And I don't mind. Like, you know, the first game is still out there. And with a bunch of mods and everything. Like, people want to play the first one. It's still there. And there is still enough shit to explore there with all the mods and stuff especially. So I think something fresh and new is not too bad. For a change. Maybe they'll return to the classic in third game or something. Why not? Why not? I think like with all the like the art style, the narrator, the general kind of style they have, might as well explore different ways, you know, to go about it. With some spin-offs and stuff even. It would be kind of nice. Improved the art part improved a lot too. I would say very nice, very nice. The artist isn't already designing in the village. Who knows, maybe. Maybe they're just gonna do like, you know, the remaster of the first game with like a bunch of new stuff or something. Could happen. For new consoles and everything. And with all the love for the remasters nowadays. Doom the Isles of the First God. Another card-based city builder. The underwater dungeons with the boat base. Let's going some more Innsmouth there with Lovecraft. I mean, that could be kind of like the side thing too. Explore that shit more. The Celtic god of nature. I'll lead the Celtic civilization to victory against waves of invaders, curses, and more. The deck building in city building actually kinda quite cool. Yeah, quite cool actually. I like those. Those that I seen not long ago. And everyone started farming these, seems like, too. That's not really a bad thing, we'll see. This one is kind of like adding the replay value to the city builders a bit more. That's why I kind of like the campaigns and city builders and like strategy games like that, because they kind of add like some sort of like, you know, different challenge. So you always kind of like play differently, even if you have some sort of strats that you already have developed. They not always work just because how campaign works. There might be some limitations or some specific requirements for you, for example. So they force you to kind of like, you know, to try different things. You know, with the card mechanics, I guess, kind of like added the RNG to it. So you also just need to play with the, you know, the cards you've been dealt. That kind of forces you to go into strats that otherwise you maybe wouldn't even try. So it does kind of work nice. These we also seen last week, all of these. Oh, the Thief Simulator prologue too. Another one. And more playway action. That's the prologue, yeah? I'll check that one maybe too, we'll see. You'll see. Yeah, this was so too. Emote keep hello. How we doing? Whole bunch of stuff to see. Damn, Crusader Kings top sellers. Pumping there, pumping. That was good, Mod Keep. Just woke up, still tired. Then some dang sleep there. Doing good, man, doing good. We chillin', we chillin'. Oh yeah, the Void Train. Ooh, whoa. What happened with that? What happened here? Boring and grindy as hell. Oof. The chore simulator, stay away from it. Single player mode is very time consuming. That's a doofus. Two hotfixes in and there's working on things that have been raised by some of the reviews. Bro, a game is out like on Epic for like a year or something. That's what you get when you have like no reviews or something. That is also kind of good point that, you know, the reviews and like the Steam forums and stuff, they kind of wait probably for people, for devs to get and process some feedback. The game was out on Epic for like a year, I think, at this point before it released on Steam. Like, why would they not, you know, get the feedback and stuff? There's obviously like Discord and stuff too, probably, but like that I think is kind of more dedicated people who would go to like the dev Discord to talk with them, and they're mostly gonna be people who probably enjoyed the game rather, right? So you kind of get like a little this like skewed picture of the world with people who are kind of invested and probably like your game. And you're not gonna get all the people shitting on it basically because there's no reviews. The fuck? They tried to bribe me with a gift card to remove this review. Damn son. Oh, because probably like was one of the top ones or something. The drama, dude. Perma-banned me from the forums for not removing this review. Not banned for review, so they banned me for the post that they already logged several days prior. Developers have announced the Steam release over 2 years ago. You know, the advertisement branding even said Steam or had the Steam logo. Developers advertised the Steam release on Steam for a good while. Okay, it's like the Epic Games Store release molding guy, I see. Could not release on Steam for at least a year. Just went silent on Steam during this period. Alright, pulled back on Steam hoping to double dip and that people would have forgotten that they did now. Alright, that's the usual moldy guy. The usual moldy one. Classic. People watch Twitch streamer talking about the game receive a community warning from War Train developers assumed to be Sushi Rice. Perfect. Because when like all over the place here. No evidence of anything there, I see. Damn son. Now people go hard with that stuff. A DMC request against the video they have taken down. Copy paste from devs? No, I don't think so. I doubt it. Well, I mean, it's just like you don't really answer stuff like this quite often. So I don't think it was copy pasted from somewhere. I think it was actually, you know, written by them. doxing streamer on Twitch, dude. They think like that the under 200 people streams would cause so much fuss that the devs would be like, you know, trying to undermine that and everything. I kinda don't think so. Yeah, that I kinda don't think so. Got this game on Steam to play with my friends in Steam. Don't want to log into Epic to play with my Steam friends. It won't let you connect unless you have Epic account linked. I think that probably was the Epic as the Epic system that might be actually encountered like quite often nowadays. Alright, they fixed that, okay. Because there is like now, Epic apparently has some sort of like special like matchmaking or whatever tool that a lot of games gonna be putting into their games. Game developers gonna be putting into their games because it's just better. The same EGS account requirement as same. Well, seems like they changed that though. But yeah, I think it's gonna be more common if that's the case actually. Because yeah, there is like some tool that provides like basic crossplay between like different stores and everything, and it's also kind of like free module for developers to add, you know, kind of like friend list and multiplayer functionality to their game. So it's probably gonna be like more common, but yeah, I guess they kind of made it in somewhat of a bigger way. The sheer amount of grind there. After 2 years of development at Epic Games Store, I was expecting something more polished. Yeah, that's exactly that's what I said. Like, dude, it was like out for so long already on Epic, and they didn't even like see, you know, the issues with it. So they either like pretend, you know, and just keep going. But now apparently they fixing stuff like hot fixes and everything. Like, bro, you had people like play testing it for like 2 years pretty much. Why couldn't you get the feedback then? The progression sucks, alright. Sketchy use of Steam when they sign an Epic Games Store exclusive deal. It's kind of interesting, like yeah, in the Darkest Dungeon you don't see a single person complaining about it. In some games you go and there's like full molding galore. Wait, actually, what? Really? I just like realized. Oh. They were like for 2 years with Epic exclusivity in early access, and now they also on Steam early access. Well, I guess it's still going then, eh? That could kind of explain a little bit of Molden. It's like you would kind of expect already after 2 years and getting like a bag, there probably will be already like, you know, full release and there's a little more polished. I guess not yet. No, they're rolling the hotfixes and stuff, so that's good at least. It would be nice if that already was, yeah, not like ruining the Steam release, but it would already be tested way earlier. That's 2 years for that, dude. A bit of a doofus, man. What's an upcoming? Dungeon Village. Let's see that one. Quick Forever Whistle for sure. Oh yes, this one again. Dude, how many did you pump already? Bro, they keep pumping, man. It's like it's not RPG Maker, but it's like, you know, I don't know, like well, what they make so different, so many different ones kinda, but they all, you know, like you see the style and you instantly like already like see, oh, it's these guys. It's a magic management grind, yeah. Wait. Oh, it was like 1 year ago, alright. Yeah, it's the same engine, yeah. It's just like not probably like the the RPG Maker. But he's still kind of see, maybe it is, and just like kind of like very modified one. I doubt it though. Yeah, like Dungeon Village 1 was a year ago. It's like 28th of March 22, 28th of March 22, May 22, December 22. They had like some good solid like summer vacation, I guess. September 22, and now this one already. Then like winter vacation, I guess, and now they back. Made some uncanny things with RPG Maker. There's a lot of things, like Amori, for example. I think it was Amori, right? Made an RPG Maker. The Essays made an RPG Maker. So like you can make something like cool with it. It's just kind of like changing a lot. I mean, it's nothing bad though. Like using engines and like RPG Maker and stuff is good. Like why not? If you have like a really cool idea and everything. It's just that if you use like the standard, you know, like tile sets and stuff, it's just like instantly kind of like discounts it in the eyes of people. Like you see like some standard RPG Maker stuff that you've seen so many times, it's just kind of like instantly like, oh, that's another RPG Maker. So, you know, might be another like someone's fanfic or something made them, so you kind of instantly not really interested, and it's kind of harder to sell those in my opinion. Yeah, exactly. Like if you manage to like get very custom assets and make it look completely different, then it's gonna be good. Like with these guys, like it's unique, right? But like I already like see it, and I instantly like, oh, it's these guys, because like it's so many already of these. Yeah, they keep pumping. Oh yeah, there's way more here. Holy shit! All right, maybe they didn't have a vacation then. Oh fuck, yeah, they probably didn't. Holy moly, dude, what? March, 3 games in 1 day. 28th of March. No, 4, 5. 5 games in 1 day. All different, like, simulator. And then 3 games in May, also in the same day. And June and July. Another in July. 3 in July. 4, 5 in July. August got 2. September got 3, 4, 5. October. Bro, it's like every month, like 3 games on average, probably, if not even more. At least they're all cheap, though. I'll give them that. I think they're all kind of also like pumping like solid and okay reviews. Yeah, well, not a lot, but you know. Some of them I think kind of do. Well, I guess when they get like in some popular upcoming or like popular release. Yeah, like this one got a really solid amount. Distinct style of a studio, and when it does become copy-paste. I think it like depends on like how often and everything. Yeah, when they release the same looking game 3 times in 1 day, that is that feels copy paste, right? They might be even like different kinda in concept, but it still feels kinda weird. Like if you kinda space them a bit, then it's kinda fine. And also the type of the game too, I would say. It's still like if you even like if it's something like super good. and you will be just releasing it like every month, like 3 on average, then it's just gonna be already too noticeable. Yeah, some just kind of like go, like it's kind of like definition of, you know, throw shit at the wall, see what sticks, basically. They just throw it like, you know, 3 times a month, and something maybe sticks sometimes. Seems like lately not that crazy. This year is not as good, huh? And I mean, I kind of like, as you know, like someone who is kind of like trying that stuff, right? Like I can see that being like very appeasing, I guess. Then it's kind of fine in my opinion too. Like if you have already like some stuff prepared, some sort of framework that you can just like quickly reuse to do stuff, I think it's good. And like for example, you made like something, and then maybe that didn't kind of like fly that well, and you want to try it again, just like change some stuff, add some more things, iterate on that, and then just like try it again under a bit different sauce maybe. I could kind of see that. But dude, like that much though, I don't know. Where's the limit? Where's the limit when it's too much and when it's not too much? Of reusing stuff. And for some people, I guess that's just, you know, already work. Like, remember article like a couple of weeks ago when like a dude just invested, how much was it, like $5,000 or something, to pump a bunch of like, not even like really asset flips, like he ordered some assets and everything with that money too, because, you know, there was some investment, but you basically just made like, I don't remember how many, like 6 or 8 kind of like trashy games basically, with a very low budget, low effort, over a year, even less than a year I think, just made, put them on Steam and farmed, how much was it, like 30,000 basically out of that or something. Or was it even more? No, pretty much like around that, like, so you're from like 4 or 5,000, they made like 30 something thousand bucks. Wait, was it there? Yeah, 30 something thousand bucks back pretty much. They're a mobile game dev, I see. Well, that also explains. Yeah, they just like get a bunch of stuff on mobile and then port a bunch of it on Steam too. Yeah, I guess on mobile you also go. On mobile it actually like ultimate throw shit at the wall and see what sticks though, because like nowadays, like it's really huge, either huge luck or huge investment in marketing. Otherwise, you're not even gonna get anyone to play your stuff. So that kind of explains. And I guess maybe if some people like this style of game, you just kind of get like a bunch of it, 3 a month to play if you really like it. So this kind of like, you know, this is already like when from like art it gets into craft, you know, you just kind of like, you pump it. But again, I guess kind of gotta respect the grind too. Gotta respect the grind too. They still made something that works, and some of them are going kind of good. Didn't they even play like one of those? I think it was different, like Game Dev Simulator or something. Played some, I remember too. Gotta respect the hustle also. Just like, I would say it would just kind of get boring. Unless you just like already like really pumping it that easy and that fast. Which I mean, they still do like few a month, not like, you know, few every day, for example, like some studios do, to farm that money. It hasn't gotten popular upcoming even. And I mean, I guess it works also, right? So I guess it works. And it's not complete trash, so Maybe we'll get some different examples in my recommended. There are sometimes all of those insane games that are on super low budgets, just to flip them pretty much. Tarilo Voyage. That looks like some Dingo graphic is there. The open world game focuses on the indigenous people and their struggles. There was a unique version of the lands dominated by the myths. Legends of the inhabitants. Various tribes interact with one another, engaging in diplomacy, war, and expansion. Publisher Questionmark. It's my favorite publisher. Similar to Ark and Valheim. Single player though. Almost finished. The Lost Whisper Survival. Intro and trailer are pre-rendered videos. That's a nice thing to mention. Wait, what is this one? Where is it here? So that's pretty much what we're gonna get there, just with Vikings and stuff. Rogue Game SA. A nice redirect there, alright. Interesting. So I guess that's also gonna be the publisher for this one too at some point. Looking at it now. What if I press the question mark? Ah, okay. Didn't find. Before gonna be another Playway one. Yes, everything is just pre-rendered here. No gameplay, nothing yet still. Now 15th of May. Well, I guess we'll see. Suddenly another trailer there. Oh, that's a gameplay trailer actually. So there is one. Damn son. The fuck with those transitions there. Jump in the well and then he's suddenly fighting already. Look at it, is like the insane survival stuff, or is it gonna be like more of an RPG? That could be like some interesting, you know, some interesting Jink RPG example there to play. It was like the gameplay trailer all the way to, like, down there, back there rather. What are these insane struts? Subway Sim Hamburg. Only one, by the way. Picturesque U3 line of Hamburg's elevated railroad. So they went even like more dank. Instead of like, you know, making one game and then selling all those areas, trains and stuff as DLCs, they just gonna make every single line as a separate game. Yes, it's literally like one type of train and one line as a separate game. Unreal Engine 5 though. Implemented in cooperation with the Hamburger Hochbahn AG. Ah, I see, alright. They just didn't want to like to be a DLC, you know. We're gonna support your game, but it's gonna be the separate standalone game. I don't know how much it will cost though, with such the content there. Interesting concept there. The ellipse. Tragic Tale. Hardy's 2D adventure, story platformer. This might be kinda alrighty. Seems like giga platforming there. May 17th, alright. Interesting. Hot Chili Games. Yeah, the green inventory, saw that one already before many times. That's the stuff when you need to do things with the cursor. Block things with the cursor and stuff like this. 17th of May, we'll see. Already soon. Already soon. And some dank gameplay concept there. The block and attack and do everything with cursor there. That might be interesting. We'll see how that will go. Let's see what do I say. Now this one also like nice with like might be nice. We'll see how it actually plays though with all this like full mouse control. It's like all your actions is basically mouse control, not just clicks and stuff, but like moving it and everything. Chaos of the Alchemists. Fast-paced tower defense action hybrid game. Is it like Vampire Survivors tower defense now? Got some maybe epic trailers there. In gameplay. No, I guess it is actually the more of a tower defense, I guess, rather than some survivor stuff. It's maybe kinda nice. Orcs must die top down. Yes, or die. This might actually be kinda nice. Early access release, alright. Could be nice. Sound pretty cool. There we go. See, that might be kinda interesting. The top down and art looks nice too. Not bad. Starship Troopers Extermination. Oh, was that? Yeah, the co-op Starship Troopers one. 12 players supported session. Yeah, I wonder how this one will go. This might be kind of cool. Like, I want the replayability of that one though. You know, how many like different missions and stuff you're gonna get there. You can need to like survive or something, I think, until you get evacuated from the crazy amount of bugs attacking. The good old Arachnids. That was a dank movie, dude. Yeah, that might be cool. That might be cool. 18th of May. Early access, though. Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. 16 players, 3 playable classes, build defenses, class progression system. Unique bug types. A drone warrior gunner, a plasma grenadier, and a tiger elite. Increasing bug threat levels during missions. Large scale battles, a ground war. Take bases and refineries, destroy hives, and complete a variety of side objectives. A ping system and everything. True, so true. It's like the whole planetary operation even. You need to kind of like even... Yeah, I wonder how it goes like in terms of sessions then. Like the co-op. So like you go in for such kind of epic mission. What if like people live and stuff? I guess just like drop in, drop out. Yes, from squad developers, I see. That might be interesting. The Molten Core. The Dunk Miner. Like RimWorld. Sorta. Some like divorce or something. Might be kinda alright, but yeah. RimWorld and War Fortress as a child, yeah, seems like it. Seems like it. There's elephant steps, son. Seems like it. Yeah, similar to RimWorld. What a twist. What a twist. Car for sale simulator. Damn, son. More playway. No, not even playway, damn, son. Car for sale simulator 2023, a game in detail. You can buy and sell vehicles in the town. You can sell more vehicles by establishing a vehicle gallery and developing your company. It's like either like some Google Translate or some ChatGPT stuff generating that. It's like a whole description, like basically what you do in the game. Not forget to follow your taxes and invoices. You can take a loan from the bank and improve your office. At the same time, you can take a photo of your vehicle and post an advertisement to sell it. It's like spoiling the whole gameplay there, dude. Come on. Some dang stuff. That's the first one even. Yeah, that description was probably translated or something. They're gonna describe what you do in the game. It's kind of like, it always reminds me of those, like, you know, like the essay from school or something. When you need to write about some like a book or something, and you just kind of like start in this book, you know, the main hero was doing this, this, and that. That's not exactly what they even ask you to write about, but you're still gonna start it that way or something. The Stray on sale. Poog. Yeah, let's see the hidden gem list. What we gonna get? This was all already last week. The local meme stuff. The Giga hockey stuff. Oh yeah, the roguelite hockey game there. That's cyan. Insane, huh? Wait, here's the Showgunner, so that too. The pattern is pretty nice. Very positive, huh? Garden of Abon 3. Oh shit, is this one? 5th of May, already out, already mixed still. Peak Gaming. Here it comes, huh? Fails at scares in a horror game. Improvement, but still pretty bad for the most part. Genuinely invested myself in the Garden of Bonbon series. Started with curiosity, but now I've grown quite attached. Leaving better you for this is like leaving a better you for my own child. Huh? Gaming laptop, I can run this game without having a panic attack. It's starting to overheat. Half the time I had no damn clue what I was supposed to be doing. And the Peak 2 just got a sequel. Yeah, these guys are farming, like... This the second one, I remember. Genuinely less content in their third time than in the first or the second. Literally just exposition dumb simulator. Copy and paste the same room 8 times in a row. They complain about people refunding the game after beating it, so they tried so desperately to pad it as much as possible so they can fill their pockets. Failing, of course, because I managed to beat it in under 2 hours. Damn, son. The speedrunner right there. They made Peak a third time. Best part of the game was the refund. Previous 2 games were fun, kind of bad. This one is just bad. Interesting experience. Received for free. Almost made it, but then it reached 2 hours, so refunded. Not even gonna meme is really bad. Not even funny bad. Yeah, there was like some dang stuff with the second one, I think. Well, first 2, I guess. See, I think first one, what was the first one, I think? Free to play or something. Yeah, they were getting some like dang stuff for a while, seems like, though, actually. It's the Wall of the Blue remastered. So there was like a bunch of meme stuff. Free stuff, actually, too, mostly. This is the USA. Do it. Do it. I think I got mine now. Good enough. Yeah, they made some paid ones too. Okay, they went, but yeah, then they got the Bon stuff. Even the free one was mixed already. There was like some reviews, I think, on the top that would think. Hey, Zach Magalo. How we doing, man? Oh, yeah. We live in the world where this is the current state of popular indie games. That was actually 8th of January this year. Actually. Oh, yeah, it was actually January this year. Holy shit. Wait, really? I thought that was like last year or something. It was that soon. Doesn't even work properly for me, and normally I attribute this factor as being my own fault for not having the necessary specs to run the game. However, regarding Bonbon's marketing for their merch store and planned sequel, not even 2 days after the game's initial release, is about as subtle as being struck full force in the back of the skull with a cast iron skillet. Currently, Beast released the entirety of Abati before issues started to arise. Mob Games did significantly worse by releasing NFTs 2 months after release of Chapter 1. You waited approximately 20 hours and 11 minutes before announcing a sequel and adding a merge button to your main menu. Hitter Musk, hello. People keep exploiting the formula for instant success. Disappointed this game proves anybody can do it. FNAF was revolutionary for its time. Bendy started out well, but it took them years for their marketing to become excessive and drive them into the ground. Then I thought Poppy Playtime was the lowest we could go, but at least Poppy Playtime looked good and actually ran on my computer. Yes, they tried to ride the Poppy Playtime wave there. Because that one somehow, I don't even know how, but yeah, that one like got huge. Got like all those like toys and plushies being sold here and everything. And then I think we actually had like the case recently when that was like in the parliament or something, or like in some like, you know, high instances there. So that they were confiscating like some of the Poppy Playtime toys because they were like toxic or something. Like as in like the materials were used were toxic or some stuff. So they were like confiscating them and everything from the markets. And these guys decided to also pump that stuff. It's like first game, 6th of January, with mixed reviews. Then they got the second one. That was free basically, first one. Yeah, like three months after. No, actually not even 3, 2 months after. They got the second game. This one not free already though. Judging by amount of reviews, that also sold. I don't know how people even got into that stuff, to be honest. And then they got another one. Again 2 months later. This one also not free. I like how like the review amount basically kind of drops like 50% every time. So like third game 1,000, second game 2,000, first game was 5,300. Okay, first game was a little bit of an outlier there, but it was free also, so I guess. And it worked with this amount of reviews. They probably even sold quite well. 1 second, let me check the approximate potentially. How did it go? Where was it? Here. Let me get the tool for that. Let's see. Second game was paid, right? It's obviously like approximates and everything, but still. The approximates. 250k for that, bro. That is quite the result, I would say. What a time to be alive, man. What a time to be alive. Yeah, mod the adventure. I saw that one too. The water stuff. The Variable Soul also before. And more water stuff. Yeah, good reviews on those. Galactic Civilization 4. Supernova. It's a new one. No, it's probably like the 27th of April. Yeah, something new then, I guess. Interesting, alright. It's like this standalone thingy, I guess, I assume. Is the fourth one released that way? Was the fourth one out already? I guess maybe it wasn't. Seems like it. Oh yes, it is the fourth game, alright. There's no other edition of the fourth game, alright. Interesting. There is surprisingly not a lot of reviews actually for something like that. That did not go super popular there. A Crash City. Something for the fans of Master of Orion. AP Florida. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what they kind of aiming for, it seems like. Full of innovations. Alien GPT. The AI alien creator. Describe your civilization's attributes from their likes and dislikes to their goals and ambitions using a few short lines. And then sit back and let our AI do the rest of the work. Generate unique lore, diplomatic dialogues, starship choices, and ambassador images. Oh, I wonder how the image is gonna look then. Holy shit. I can imagine Coomer is getting to this. That sounds dank. It probably just like has like some sort of like preset of things that it just kind of like combines and maybe changes a little. Iridium. And they're probably not gonna go full generation mode. Designing new ships and everything. I mean, that does sound kinda cool though. Never the same game twice. Explore vast galaxy. Experience new game every time. Proceed to generate galaxy's vast library of galactic events. So they already implemented AI full-fledged there. Dozens of unique alien leaders engaged in diplomacy, trade, and war with their civilizations. Ship battles, formulating government policies. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder why like the Monterey is so small. Like, didn't get that much exposure to it or something. Oh, okay, I see. It was like on Epic for the last year, right? And that's kind of allowed us to transfer to Steam for free. Damn, son. Interesting. But yeah, like the Master Warrior game's kind of like gone. They tried to redo one. Don't seem to. The new one, I think I even had it, if I remember correct. Yeah, they did try. But it wasn't this one. Nice, some DLCs and stuff. The Races packs. Where's the original though? These Wargaming Labs. So when the World of Tanks guys decided to make a title for like the publisher for some actual games and stuff. I'm gonna try to find shit here though. Strategy. How all the warships even there, damn son. But the original game is not even available, right? But yeah, they kinda like... Oh, maybe it's not even available here for some reason. I think they didn't do very well with it, let's say. Yeah, there it is. Ah, I see, alright. Classic. Classic, yeah, they tried to make it, but didn't go that well. That didn't go that well. Yeah, that's the funny part with when it's like the publisher from here basically, and then it's not available here. Kick. And they still have the DLCs too there. But yeah, they just like released them. I think initially like the reception was pretty bad. They just pump some DLCs out and then it's over. That's the bug, I see. I'm gonna wait for full release. I don't really care too much about it. And when they release the update, then I'll get it. Don't really care too much. Don't really mind it even. I don't have problems with the current layout, to be honest. Not like it's gonna return the games that I can't, you know, see from here anyway. This one also got mixed in the end. The paradox endures be constantly molding, but then it's still gonna be selling like hot pies there. The usual. Town of Salem 2. Damn son. Let's see. Oh, the overlay. Overlay I'm not even using. Overlay fucks with the game capture and stuff quite often with OBS and everything, so I have it turned off completely. I decided to get the second one going. The super production value Amogus now. Try the Steam button now. Do it. Yeah, Image we saw before, and that one did quite well too. Nice. A bit too brutal. No, a lot of people playing that one. Interesting. Even say that is more like one of the streamer games, but they still kind of do good with them. Damn, Zekmak. Holy shit, alright. Someone got mad, I guess. Someone got mad. Alright, let's see how the stores real quick. Get on them news. What do we have? New season of Fall Guys. Poog. The Sims. The bundle there. Insane. The whole 3 DLCs even. A mystery game. People on just hello. How are we doing? And the mystery game is coming soon. 4 days. Oh yeah, there's gonna be their sale, I guess, also. And some Giga Epic sale soon. See what others I see. Busy, that's not too bad. Busy is not always bad, at least. Nice to be busy sometimes. Doing good. Chillin'. Usual stuff. Yeah, this one out already? That's not yet. That's pre-order, alright, 23rd. Deluxe edition even. And more League of Legends games. Fortnite, Dragon Ball Z, damn son. More insane crossovers. Now Marvel's Midnight Suns. Star Trek Online Unraveled is live, damn son. Still going. It's the same one, I think, also Star Trek Online, not the... Yeah, it's the update. That one is around for a while. Yeah, still alive, man. The fan base probably still going. Played several years ago, was absolutely barren, damn son. Probably servers though, you play like on the EU server, I guess, right? I feel like it might be something with more fan base in like US probably, I would assume. Redfall available now. Kick. That didn't go that well. In the end. Yeah, let's see GOG. What does GOG has for us? Focus Entertainment sale. Doomsday, alright. It did back in the day, I remember when it was just out. It did seem kinda not very interesting, I guess. Let's put it that way. It's kind of like one of the generic MMOs that they just kind of popped, you know, the franchise in. And just for the appeal, and that's pretty much it. It was from the same guys who made Champions Online. Like I played a little bit of Champions Online back in the day. On release, before release rather, on beta. I think it was around the same time they also started pumping that stuff. Yeah, totally like read that title wrong first. It wouldn't even surprise me on GOG. Seemed kinda natural. Nowadays. GOG gotten horny in the last few years, yep. And the boomers are not making enough money. Time to get the coomers in, you know. I'm gonna get some more. And the original themed hospital is even available still. That's quite interesting. For $6 though, dude. Come on. Hypentropy hello. To make some gacha games, yeah. Heroes still at the top. On sale. Feels good. Everyone buy themselves some heroes. $2.50. And get the fourth one too. Maybe they have some there, window. Maybe they do have some. The Toad's favorites, you know. Favorite mods. What do we have here? Recommended for me, not really good. Obscurite Magi. Blood of Kings unrated. Let's see how it is. Bunch of Shogun stuff. Succubus, a Red Goddess. That is the DLC for Succubus. There's some different stuff already. Yeah, they should go full Coomer mode there. The Golem. Oh yeah, what was that? Curious to see how that launch will go. May 25th. Soon. Not whatsoever really interested there. I mean, maybe if I would get it, maybe I would try out of curiosity, but yeah, especially after like the system requirements they posted and then reposted and then reposted a couple times more. I have kinda not really a good feeling about how this release might go, but we'll see. Hopefully it'll be fine. Hopefully it will be fine, but there was like too many red flags there kinda. We will see. Alright, let's get to them news then. Get some of them news. Alright, where was it? Up we go. Let's see. What's happening this week? Payday 3 gameplay premieres this summer. The years of waiting, fans will finally get their first look at Payday 3's gameplay, according to a new teaser trailer. The latest following a similarly brief trailer, okay, so it's like not even worth really watching, I guess. Will arrive this summer, during Summer Game Fest, most likely. We'll see. That's kind of curious what they're gonna do with that, because, you know, the studio was in a very, still kind of is, I think, in a very shit spot. And they needed to return to develop the Payday 2 DLCs even, to make ends meet, sorta. So we'll see how that will affect the third game. In which way it will affect it. Let's see, so I see. Not really my cup of tea, so I kinda also wasn't even interested really ever. Unity fires manager who tweeted the company is out of touch. Former partner relations manager aired an exec's odd suggestion, only to be sacked shortly after. A tweet in question states Unity exec just shared that they rent a secondary apartment in San Francisco to make it easier to be in the office. Maybe we should all just do this to make it easier to return to office. This company has lost it completely out of touch. And fired. Действительно, que see. Yes, they got like some cuts there and everything. It was like some of like the CMO or someone, like some big exec basically was like, yeah guys, just just rent another apartment near work, so it's kind of like easier to go to office. Yeah, very good advice, very good advice. It's like totally out of touch, but the person got fired also for like posting a bunch of PPG stuff on Twitter actually in general. So it doesn't mean they're less out of touch, but yeah, also a reminder that you probably shouldn't go full PPG on Twitter if you don't want to get the company to get you. Executives getting punked, that's the thing, that wasn't. The executive basically just said, about that. Person just, commented on that, how out of touch that did, so the person got bonked. The executive is there. Executive is there. Executive was the one who suggested everyone to just rent another apartment so they can return to office. And we're gonna have a lot of this Fiesta probably with return to office stuff, because a lot of companies, I still don't get why though, really. Like, they all like have some ephemeral shit, like, it's easier to kind of like bond the team, like the cohesion in the team becomes better when everyone is back to office. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, sure, if you have like some collaborative sort of work, right? Like you both like develop something or like work on the same problem in the same department, and it's kind of like nice when you can, like in person, just like meet and like sit down and discuss that stuff. That does help. That does help, and that's easier than doing it remotely. Well, doable to do remotely, but IRL those things are easier. But still, like, I don't think it's that good. Pure control and surveillance. Well, for some companies, probably. For some, like, big corporate dudes and everything, probably. But it's like a lot of different companies also who kind of want that. Which kind of makes not that much sense. And sometimes even people kind of do want, like my friend, for example, looking for other stuff. He is like, nah, I'm gonna go first at least. I'm gonna go with the actual office, because I need to learn stuff first, and it's way better to learn stuff when they can, just like look at others, how they do that, and like, approaching them and asking them personally. And it doesn't feel like you get shot. Like, one of the reasons I saw is like, like they have like offices they pay rent for. Yeah, that they are like empty. Like, bro, just don't. Just don't pay rent then. Save some money on that, cut some office space. Easy. Yeah, I think like even for like to work on something like complicated, you can just like agree, for example, right? Like, oh, yeah, let's meet up like on Wednesday in the office, for example, right? So you go like one day, you figure things out, and then everyone back home and everything. Like, why go like, 9 to 5 every day to the office? I have no idea. Especially since it already was proven that it's more effective and everything. Nintendo Switch surpasses 125 million units sold, but overall sales are down. Let's see, so I see. Sales status of Nintendo Switch is still in. See, minus 22% on Switch sales. Well, hardware in total. 54% Switch drop. OLED is selling better though, 58%. Switch Lite minus 29%. Yeah, Switch Lite I don't even know, like, dude, why? Software minus 9%. Number of a million seller titles in financial year 35 titles, including 22 Nintendo titles and 13 titles by other software publishers. All the Pokemon, Splatoon 3, Switch Sports. First party software sell through. The Pokemon, Splatoon, Sports, and so on. I don't even like recognize some of the stuff here, to be honest. Not gonna lie. The Payday devs got into bankruptcy. I mean, outside of that game, they didn't really do anything, I think, good. I think the last like nail in the coffin was what's the name? The Walking Dead game they got, which was supposed to be basically sort of kind of like the same Payday like scheme, I guess, in like the Walking Dead universe and stuff, and that one completely like failed. I think to this day that they did release it, I think, in early access, or was it even like the test or something, and it just like after that they just like recalled the license basically, and game was completely like, you know, closed after that. And Xenoblade Chronicles sold 1.6 million copies. That's not kind of super impressive, I feel, for Nintendo stuff, but I guess. The Switch is still kind of climbing in terms of sales, but it's already slowing down. So I guess Switch is the Switch already peaked probably. Unless I get some giga discounts on it. I'm not gonna probably do any crazy numbers anymore at this point. Alright. Horizon franchise surpasses 32 million units sold, as Forbidden West nears 9 million. Now that is huge, dude. Now that I am already impressed with. Mostly even for the fact that the first game sold that much. Like if Forbidden West got 9 mil, that's like 23 from just the first game, and that is insane. It's like $5 on PS Store at this point, yeah. But still, it's like it's how many people do, you know? And like you see, you look at some stuff like how much it sells over like the whole like lifetime and stuff. I mean, how much was like GTA, for example, 5, right? It was like 150, I think, wasn't there, something like that mil copies at this point, which is like 5 times more, right? But that shit lived through like how many generations and everything, right? How many times they sold it on different generations and different platforms, by the way, too, right? And how many years it all took. And here we're looking at like 6 years basically. 6 years, mostly one platform for the most time, right? PC was kind of more of a recent thing. That is indeed impressive. Sadly they peaked with one. Gotta play to see, gotta play to see. A Pokemon maker, a Game Freak, developing new action-adventure IP, codenamed Project Bloom, with private division publisher, which is kind of interesting because like Game Freak is kind of like pretty huge company with all the Pokemon stuff, right? They should be sorta. So like, why are they exactly with private division, which is kind of like more like indie-ish AA publisher? Like it's like the, you know, like the wing of Take-Two for like smaller games. That is a question mark. Expected to launch during fiscal year 2026. First piece of concept art. Thrilled to have the opportunity to create new IP that is bold and tonally different from our prior work. I guess they got tired already of making all the Pokemon. And with Private Division and stuff, they probably, I would assume, will be like multi-platform, so no more Switch limitations, I guess. From the beginning, Private Division was the publisher we wanted to work with in our new game. Their track record and global expertise give us all confidence to create a sweeping new action-adventure game that we can't wait to share more about in the future. And ready to help Game Freak unleash their potential, and we are honored to be the first Western publisher to work alongside this exceptionally talented and proven team to bring a bold new IP to market. It'll be interesting to see, I guess. Like, what would the company like this, with this track record of all the Pokemons and stuff, make, you know, with sort of less limitations, I guess, of hardware and like the franchise they're working with and everything. Just full freedom of creativity and the tech, I guess. Hollow Knight Silk Song delayed. Planned to release in the first half of 2023, but development is still continuing. I'm excited by how the game is shaping up, and it's gotten quite big, so we want to take the time to make the game as good as we can. Expect more details from us once we get closer to release. Wonder if they're gonna show something on like all the Summerfest and everything. It's in the Deva Hell. Kinda hard to say, really. Like, what is up with it? I think basically, yeah, they just probably got like maybe not exactly the hell, but they probably just got like so much in. Like, it was planned as one thing, and then, you know, like some sort of like feature creep or something started. The scope issues maybe, and they just like ended up with like pretty huge a game that they needed to sort of develop a whole bunch of new stuff probably from the get-go, I guess. We'll see when it's out. Maybe it's not that new. And then you just kind of like the situation when you just like end up in this perpetual circle of just like going over it again and again. It's polishing everything and iterating everything. I gotta wonder though how it's gonna go. Like, they should be on some sort of like investment probably. Because like they would like the first game, like, I mean, it probably sold a shitload, right, over time, but like the price was always low. And they were like, what, New Zealand or Australia or something, right? I think like it's not also the cheapest country to live, really. They still need to kind of fund themselves over all those years since the release of original game, right? So that's probably also quite tricky. More ambitions. It could be like, you know, this like magnum opus situation, right? Like the first game was like so popular, so good, got like the cult following and everything, and they just kind of want to, like, you know, make something that will be at least on the level of that. And that's when you get in this situation with the kind of like, you just go over it again and again, like it's not perfect, need to change, need to improve. Yeah, big expectations, and then it's just kind of like it might be sort of like the case of like what's his name with Ken Levine, right? With his studio, when they how many years did they take? Even 8 years or something or more without like anything, just kind of like doing some like concepts and then like completely scratching it all and starting from the beginning until just recently they announced the game with like a teaser. And even that, I think, already was probably because there was already like the whole investigation into it, because like people are complaining and stuff. Like you work for 8 years in the company and you have nothing to show in your like resume or something, right? Because like there's no project really. You still just made Bioshock. Well, I mean, not just Bioshock, there was more games, but I mean, Bioshock 2. Bioshock also, like, it's, you know, I would say kind of important game for like the game design and like the game design too, but like it's not like something super crazy. I mean, the new game is just Bioshock. Well, I mean, we haven't seen much. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that could be the case. It's just like, you know, like for 8 years, you're just like sitting like how to make like something like the next big thing and everything. And already people are all molding around. There's like the press posting investigations into your company and stuff. And like publisher maybe already finally like, you know, realize like, oh, yo, dude, we have like some like, you know, a few millions every year just kind of like go into some studio. Like, did they do something? Like, no, they just like sit there for 8 years, just, you know, getting paid a couple of mil every year. And they don't have anything going. And they're like, yo, bro, how about we go like, you know, start like kicking their ass a little bit. It's time. It's time to get the money back. The money's tight nowadays, you know, economy is shit, you know, gonna start, you know, squeezing them all. And he's like, alright, whatever, just gonna go with something that I already know how to make and I know works, so we're just gonna go with that. Yeah, Judas, right? What it called? We'll see. We'll see. Plenty ambitious with the first Hollow Knight, yeah. I would say. But now with the second one, you need to kind of like match the expectations of people. That's when like a lot of like artists, creators and stuff, they just kind of like, you know, peace out and stuff. But I mean, they peace out when they make like generational wealth or something. Like you made something, you sold it crazy well, and then you can just like, you know, like sit in your mansion and post shit on Twitter for the rest of your life without caring. But I guess they couldn't. I guess they needed to make some more. But trying to like jump over their own head there will be hard. That's gonna be hard. The June Summer Game Fest 2023 schedule. All right. So what's coming for us very soon already? June 1st, Meta Quest gaming showcase. Ooh. I think with ET we like 6 hours difference European time, right? I think should be. So it's like 7. Third annual showcase featured over 40 minutes of exclusive new games coming to MetaQuest VR headsets, including titles debuting during a 15-minute pre-show. I mean, I don't really care too much, but we'll see, I guess. Maybe we'll check that one out. Guerrilla Collective start time TBA still June 6th. Running from June 6 to 13. We'll see. we could. That we will probably watch. I mean, it depends if they're gonna do like one kind of big show or they're just gonna like split. We'll see. A big show we watch for sure. And June 8th gonna be the actual Summer Game Fest. 7th is OTK, alright. So like 6th technically we have something. Well, first we'll see. 7th is the OTK, alright, that we're gonna watch too. June 8th. That's the big boy. So it's gonna be 10 PM, alright, we'll watch that. That's the big one. Right after that we're gonna get a Day of the Devs that we're also gonna watch. That one was very nice. Last year. Very interesting to watch. It's like not like super heavy on some dank releases, but it's kind of just, you know, interesting, inspiring, and motivating, I guess, to watch a bit sometimes. Yeah, I mean, there are some games too. Tribeca Game Spotlight. We'll see. Yes, the games nominated by Tribeca. Alright, let's see. They already revealed the nominations, so... Yeah, I don't know exactly. They already have nominations. Show usually features exclusive trailers and developer interviews for each selection. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. No, I see, Steve. I see. Yeah, that could be like. I mean, it's mostly already like everything is. The nominations are out already, so like you know what's gonna be there. Chance Center, Despelot, expands Telltale series, a Goodbye Volcano High, the Fury one, right? Highland Song, Nightscape, Stray Gods role-playing musical. Oh yeah, there's gonna be the Kojimbo documentary also. The festival will screen the new documentary. I bet they're not gonna show it on stream or something. I guess it's gonna be like right there if you are there physically. Yeah, Game Showcase airs on June 9th. Alright, we'll see. Not sure, not sure. The Kojimbo documentary, man. The living legend. June 10th, a Future Games show, huh? Also 7 p.m. That's good, huh? A Games Radar digital showcase. We gonna watch that. This one's like returning every like few months or like half a year because we watched the last one not long ago. Who was the voice actors there? The last one. I forgot. Oh, the Final Fantasy VII remake guys, right? I think. They were the last show. Oh, OTK Games Expo, they got here too even. No date though for some reason. Hosted by popular Twitch streamer Asmongold, who's joined by panelist Semiru and Fund. The Key Games Expo, a 3-hour event that shines a spotlight on 30 games. And they delayed? No idea. There's no date there. You go, child, hello. We'll see, we'll see. That we're gonna watch. That was a good one too. A bit maybe too long, but was good. 9 p.m. June 11, that's gonna be the heavy artillery coming there. Xbox Game Showcase, Starfield Direct. And right after that, we'll see. And PC Gaming Show after that too. Oh, I guess it's the same day. PPG, yeah, June 10th, that's what they mean. Yeah, June 10th, the delay, I mean, could be. Or maybe this one is too old already. Look. 10th of May it was published. So June 10th, 1 p.m. So, and 3 p.m. Could be. I mean, I don't mind. The more in the same day, kind of the better, I guess. Easier to watch that way. PC Gaming Show gonna be right after the Microsoft show too. That's gonna be nice. That's gonna be a nice day. Final Fantasy 16 pre-launch celebration. That's gonna be like deep in the night already, and yeah, whatever. Just launch it already. June 12, Ubisoft Forward, alright. Says Assassin's Creed, galore. Full on. June 13, Xbox Game Showcase Extended. So this one basically gonna be like more interviews and stuff. We'll see. It's at least kind of the time is alrighty, so maybe. Following broadcast confirmed for June, but do not have concrete dates as of yet. The Volver Direct, alright. No info on it yet, apparently. Future of Play Direct. Oh, yes, the VTuber one, alright. The VTuber show. Upload VR Showcase, another one. Wholesome Games Direct. That was kinda alrighty last year, we could check that. That's pretty much it, seems like, alright. Well, technically there's gonna be something from Sony, but not sure when exactly. The Volver kind of became still at least the meme show part. I think it's alrighty. Announcements last year were good though. They called it the Lamb and a bunch of other stuff. Like the announcements were actually really good last year. The memes themselves maybe kinda, but they got Suda on board and everything too. It was alright. They could do more dang stuff with him though, I feel. They could do some more dang stuff with him though. Yeah, that's something I maybe even We'll watch. I'm not sure if it's like React friendly at some point, but there is some interesting stuff there. Yeah, Team Kane launches a YouTube channel, confirms he's been semi-retired since June 2020. So yeah, there's one of the dudes who was working on like original Fallouts, Arcanum, all of that good stuff. And yeah, now in Obsidian, which is actually, yeah, left Obsidian in June 2020. Still does contract work for them and 2 other studios as well. So we'll see. I still was talking about like some of the the Fallout details, you know, like about the balls, I think, and everything was there. So there is some interesting info there. It might be kind of worth watching. We'll see. I'm not sure if it's like super, if it's the React friendly videos there though. That's the main problem usually with that stuff. But we'll see. So yeah, the shows are coming. That means already how much time left? So it's like already next week, then the week after next one, and then yeah, then it's already pretty much kinda, well, starting to roll in with the PPG VR stuff. So we'll see if I'm gonna be watching that, but it's almost there. There's also apparently the Sony one, but like some people said it's gonna be end of May. Would make kind of no sense because it's like, you know, right next to the Summer Game Fest. Might as well like get it some closer there, but that's Sony. You never know what they're gonna plan. And most likely gonna be the Skull Showcase from Warhammer. That one was also nice last year, so we're probably gonna get that one too. Last year it was like before Summer Game Fest, like few days I think, so maybe it's also gonna be like early June. So we'll see. It might be, Steve, might be. So basically, 2 weeks, and we're already in. And we're already in the fiesta. And in the soundtrack is Diablo 2 soundtrack. A Diablo 2. Hogwarts Legacy returns to #1 after PS4 and Xbox One launch. That game. Back again. Let's boot the fucking Star Wars. Let's see there, boys. Guys, see. Nice, nice. Interesting. They are in two still on 3rd spot too. Minecraft Legends. Kick. Didn't even disappear from top 10 yet though. The movie boosted sales? Oh, he's always there. It's like almost always there. Like Mario Kart is like super huge for them. There was even like some interview or something like last week, if I remember correctly, during this week actually maybe, when they said that the Mario Kart and stuff is like pumping hard. PlayStation revealed new initiative to support emerging independent game makers in India. India Hero Project offers developers funding and resources to help developers bring their games to the market, including financial help, a minimum of $100,000, marketing, access to dev kits and tech support, plus other promotional opportunities. Developers in India can also make use of PlayStation Studios' internal resources and expertise. Project covers developers producing games for PS5, PSVR 2 and PC. Even PC, interesting. So they are interested in farming the PC market. We'll also consider mobile games on a case-by-case basis. Huh. Well, I mean, basically, yeah, it's just gonna be hunting some successful projects, pretty much. It doesn't matter which platform. Money is money, you know. It's time to move, yeah. Krafton Q1 revenue hits $408 million. PUBG PC and console sales were up 70% year on year, accounting for 33% of the firm's earning. Like, who's even like buying? Who's even like going still with PUBG, dude? Like, what the fuck? That always surprises me. I thought it's like more mobile. I guess not even just mobile. Up 3% year on year. Operating profit down 10% year on year. Net profit up 11% year on year. Console and PC sales for PUBG grew to 68% year over year. What happened there? The game reached its 6th anniversary back in March. Yeah, it was on the mobile. Yeah, it's funny about this one that they in all their report they haven't mentioned the Callisto Protocol whatsoever. Just like it doesn't exist. If we ignore it, maybe it will go away. Like not a single word. Huh? It didn't happen. Forget about it. Forget about it. Nintendo Live 2023 set to for this September. A showcase will run adjacent to PAX West and attendee registration will be live on May 31st. So hands-on gameplay, stage performances, and gaming tournaments. Okay, so no like announcements or something, I guess. Let's see. Designed for people of all ages and gaming experience. I remember Nintendo on our gaming convention back in the day. That was like the only like pretty much like part of the convention where you could just like go in and just play something because no one was like playing that stuff. Like you just go and everything is free. You go like to any other one and there's like line standing. You go to this one and like here you go, enjoy. Play all you want. Yes, I see. Why sad though? That was good though. Troop and drop it true. Maybe some one little DLC hidden there somewhere. With 80% discount. The Screen Australia launches first Nations Game Studio Fund. I can move to Australia, stay too. If indie is too dang for you. Founded to support studios creating a culturally safe space for First Nations people to grow their skills in game development. There you go. Currently operating and primarily under the leadership and creative control of First Nations people. You don't like them spiders, I see. That's not completely false. Not completely false. Yeah, Dionys says hello. I'm pretty sure they have decent modded into it too, so don't worry. You'll get them everywhere. At least in India, maybe they know how to cook them and eat them too. In Thailand and stuff, they do. I eat some of that. Some bugs. Wasn't bad. Nice crisps. Nice crisps. Fund will particularly be targeting established studios that invested in creating a culturally safe space for First Nations people to grow their skills in game development. Up to 2 First Nations studios will receive funds, which will represent up to 150,000 Australian dollars per year for 2 years. First of its kind on a national scale, and we are proud for our commitment supporting First Nations creatives and telling authentic stories across so many platforms for the screen. A huge snake problem. Could be, could be. Yeah, wait, the dank animals and stuff is also not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. That I can agree. That I can agree for sure. No, I see, I see. Damn, son. The game plan, though. Resident Evil 4 Remake caps off record year for Capcom. Survival horror game sells 3.75 billion copies in final week of a fiscal year to help set a new high mark for annual revenues. Net sales $940 million, up 14%. Net income up 13% year over year. Biggest new games of the year for Capcom: Monster Hunter Rise, Sunbreak, and Resident Evil 4 Remake. Sold 545.45 million copies and 3.75 million copies respectively. Resident Evil 4 sales figure only represents the initial launch of the games, as it was released with just 1 week remaining in Capcom's fiscal year. It is 1 week of sales. Strong catalog sale led by Monster Hunter Rise, 3.7 million copies. 6 million selling titles for the fiscal year that were released in previous years, with Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 2 actually seeing year-over-year increases in units sold. People wanted to play all of them, I guess. Get some replay. Sales of 41.7 million copies of its games, up 28% year-over-year. Digital distribution business on PC and consoles as packaged goods sales decreased 40%. Looking ahead, Capcom expects its packaged goods sales to decrease further while the mobile content recovers and shows slight growth in the current fiscal year. For the new fiscal year, Capcom projects net sales up 11%, with net income up 9%. Also expect to sell 45 million games this year, led by major releases Street Fighter 6 and Exoprimal. Not sure how Exoprimal is even doing, to be honest. I haven't heard anything about it since it was like out. Was it out or was it beta actually? I don't even know that, to be honest. Not sure. Bandai Namco full year sales hit $7.3 billion. The firm's video games division pulled in a total of $2.9 billion during the 12-month period. The Elden Ring. The ringing, man. Up 11% year on year. The whole digital entertainment segment up 2%. Profit down 3% though. Bandai did not discuss the performance of specific games, I see. Still, the major titles for the year included One Piece Odyssey, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, All-Star Battle R, Digimon Survive, Dragon Ball, The Breakers, and the continued sales of Elden Ring, which released as the month remained in the firm's previous fiscal year. Bandai Namco's network content, mobile, and some PC titles pulled in $1.4 billion. Home video game net sales reached $1.2 billion. Okay, so they're still farming the mobile hard, seems like. Dragon Ball FighterZ and Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 have sold 10 million units each, actually. That's a lot of Dragon Ball enjoyers, man. Didn't expect that. The other mask. Well, I mean, you know, anime also sells quite well, seems like, so they don't even need it. And both parts of the business will be up this year. 1.5 billion for network content, which is mobile and some PC titles, and home video games reaching 1.3 billion. The home games division, which should be like consoles, I guess, and stuff, launched 62 titles this year. Like, who? Next year, it intends to release 40 new games and sell 48 million copies. Like, which? Regarding home video game sales, Europe led with 19.5 million units sold. Americas moved 18.7 million copies, and Japan sold 10 million games. And they also made Pokemon. Like 62 titles. Where? Who? Who can even that be? EA investing in building games as a platform. But CEO Andrew Wilson says that there will still be room for standalone releases like Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Yeah, this dude already looks like he wants to sell you something. During earnings call following most recent financial results, CEO Andrew Wilson was asked by an investor about the impact macroeconomic uncertainty has on consumer spending. Wilson said that some consumers rely more on familiar brands during such times, which puts EA in good stead, but that this current phase will pass and there will be opportunities to focus on new IP. But what we don't think that will outweigh is this movement to these broader social ecosystems that are games as platforms, he said. What we are seeing is the evolution of the definition of a game. Oh shit, here we go. Are we getting like a EA Metaverse 2 or something? As we think about building EA Sports FC for the future, The Sims, Battlefield, Apex, Skate and other properties in our portfolio, we really think about that in the context of building games as a platform. Or content as a platform to drive these long-term businesses across our pillars of play, watch, create, connect. I mean, he like graduated like the corpus speech, that's for sure. That's quite impressive sometimes. How they can generate those texts like better than ChatGPT probably. And it's like also, you know, answering question of the investor, so it's not like a prepared speech or something. They can generate that on the go. I think this will be a longer lasting than the present kind of macroeconomic climate, and certainly that's where we are investing meaningful parts of our time, money and resources over the coming years. This does not take away from the opportunity to launch more standalone titles like Star Wars Jedi Survivor. He said that a great portion of our investment will go into games that cater to massive online communities, but Electronic Arts will follow up with a more focused, deliberate investment against telling blockbuster interactive stories. Later in the call, Wilson said that the publisher will be giving its development teams longer lead times on new titles, not just for quality, but also to account for building experiences designed to attract large audiences for a decade or more. Ah, here we go. Decade or more games, my favorite type. And really not just about the complexity of games, it's really about the changing nature of what it is that we are building, but more importantly, the changing nature of how we derive value from that development over the long term. So where we once built games in 1 year or 2 years and then monetize them over 5 weeks or 5 months, now games as a platform are taking longer, but the benefits are exponentially greater. Oof. CEO was asked about the impact of industry consolidation and whether he expects there to be more, to which he replied almost certainly at some level. He also used the opportunity to address the recent block against Microsoft's proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard, saying that while he doesn't know what will happen to the transaction, whether or not the deal goes through, it's not really material to us broadly. I think we're number one publisher on their platform. We think we have the scale, our network, our IP, and our talent to continue to navigate the future and lead the future of entertainment and compete in the marketplace regardless of whether that deal goes through or not. A game as a platform, a live service. I was thinking that they mean kinda, you know, some sort of like Roblox, Fortnite creative stuff, you know, as in like game as a platform for people to make something like other games and stuff, because that's also kind of was a trend. A lot of those already closed, like Dreams and some other stuff, they're just being closed now. But yeah, that's a new way. That's what I was thinking, but ended up just like them still committing to the live service. That just shows how short the memory is, you know. Like they already like had Anthem, you know, all this fun stuff. failed Battlefield recently and everything. I had the shit started for like the Battlefront back in the day because of overly monetized stuff, but they never learn. You know, they get slapped once, they just kind of like, oh shit, yeah, we're gonna change our ways and everything, and they do for like one game, and then they back at it again, and just like one glance at like successful, you know, live service doing well, and they're like, oh man, we need to get back to that, we can do it. And still they're doing amazing. Oh, you mean as a studio? Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, FIFA alone is farming, dude. Like, amount of like money that stuff is like pumping is crazy. That's why I'm interested to see what's gonna be when, like, since it's not FIFA anymore, right? This is gonna be like EA, what was it? EAFC or whatever it's gonna be. Yeah, EA Sports FC it's gonna be now. So it's not gonna be FIFA anymore. So I'm kind of curious how this will go for them. Like, they're farming, man. They're farming on this stuff like crazy. Yeah, I think they're gonna keep going with that, seems like. Release another ET, we need a new video games crash. That's what I was like talking about for a while. Like, we might be heading in that direction again. Another video game market crash to remind people, you know, that you can't be too greedy. Sometimes you actually need to kind of like focus on making something, not on monetizing something. Like, even how he how he like verbalized that stuff, right? Like, we used to make like a game in a few years and then monetize it for like a few days or weeks, and now we can, you know, make games longer, but we also monetize them forever, you know. Like, dude, the priorities. I mean, it's investors' call, right? Like, investors there, they probably don't play games, they don't care about games, they just want money. So it makes kind of sense. Ubisoft is the first one to crash out of the Giants. I mean, could be. Like, it's not gonna be... like, if anything, it's gonna be because of, like, pricing, monetization, and quality of games. Like, that's why everyone is also kind of, like, farming the established series already. Because, like, and returning to established series because they have fans, right? And fans are someone who's, like, gonna be there for them anyway. Like, the Assassin's Creed fans and everything, they're gonna be there. Like, no matter if they, like, fuck up monetization or something, they're still gonna be there, most likely. The question is how long that can continue, like, how long in a row you can kind of, like, fuck up, basically, right? Until fans gonna, like, start to abandon you. But I think that's probably kind of quite a long time, honestly. I mean, Anno is doing fine, but I think Anno is, like, niche still. Like, I don't think it generates that much. I'm on Espo Cafe. Time to get banned. Yeah, Diablo rides that horse, kind of smart. Well, the thing is, Diablo is at least happens like once in forever, almost, right? That's kind of like a little less. Like, you can't really blame them for that, I guess. Like, out of like they do live service pretty much if you think about it. Like, modern Blizzard is like full live service mode. Like, Overwatch live service, Diablo live service, especially like new one coming, right, with all the battle pass and shit. Warcraft is like the definition of live service, you know, even like subscription paid. What else do they even have nowadays? And everything that is not live service is like buried, like RIP StarCraft and everything. Yeah, no. He's on prayer. Hello. How we doing? Skull and Bones will ever be worth it. Skull and Bones is kind of like, they kind of probably like gonna bite that bullet just because they already invested a lot into it, so it's like easier to just kind of finish it and release it and whatever happens, and then just to cancel it right now. But yeah, they already said they're gonna be like cutting everything that is not like Assassin's Creed, that is not Far Cry, and that's pretty much it. Everything else just like dead. Like, Ubisoft Forward gonna be, we're gonna watch how it goes. I'm curious also to see, because they already closed so many projects. Like, the last Just Dance, I think, also kind of failed or had like a bunch of issues there or something. So we'll see, like, what they're gonna even show. Like, they already like announced like how many was there, There was Assassin's Creed Mirage. There was Assassin's Creed like Nexus or whatever, right? Assassin's Creed. What was the name? The witch hunting one, right? Assassin's Creed Japan. Assassin's Creed. I think there was one more or something, right? On top of that. Yeah, Mirage, Hex in Japan, China Mobile. Okay, yeah. Like they already have that much. Like what else they gonna show on the Ubisoft Forward then? Yeah, Watch Dogs is a rip already, I think. I think they even said that the Watch Dogs is kind of like gone now. Like they're not planning to return it. Far Cry 6 wasn't too hot. Well, I mean, it kind of goes okay on Steam so far, looks like. So I think Far Cry could be okay, but yeah, maybe not super godlike. And I mean, there goes Division, right? Division, they kind of wanted, like Division, like looks like it's like lukewarm, completely. Like it looks dead, really. Let's be real, right? And apparently it was almost dead. Probably around time when they did like a Giga sale that I mentioned before, right? Like I bought it like for like I just like saw the price. It was like $1 or like $1.50 here or something. And I think global price was like $3, and I was like, well, I mean, for this money, I guess, you know, why not? Maybe if like I will ever have no games to play, maybe I will, you know, return to that with co-op and everything too. Maybe with friends or something. And I went and bought it, and apparently I think that was the time when it was kind of dying. And then pandemic happened, and everything co-op went up, and apparently that's what saved Division. And Division, that's why it's still kind of pumping content and everything. Because suddenly, like, we don't see it, right? Like, not a lot of reviews, like, no one plays that anywhere, like, on Twitch and stuff, right? Like, probably dead. No, not really. But yeah, that's why they're also kind of going back to Steam, yeah. Like, like, the time has come to, like, you know, to swallow your pride and go back to Lord Gieben, you know, and swallow something else on top of that. Because now it's time to farm money from every store you can, and not just like trying to push your launcher. They're still gonna push the launcher though through Steam as always, so you know they're not losing anything from that. They kind of do lose 30% to Gieben, right? But they still gonna get the people from Steam again to like to siphon them into their own launcher. Why they made a contract with Epic? They were doing exactly the same, but with Epic Audience, because like Epic back then, when Epic Game Store was starting, it was around 50% I think from like one of the Epic Game Store like managers. Around 50% of people with Epic Game Store are playing Fortnite and stuff, for example. They don't have Steam installed. They don't know what Steam is. So like for Ubisoft, that was just kind of like, you know, tapping a new audience that is that they haven't tapped yet. Like they sell their stuff on the Epic Game Store, you buy it, well, install Uplay, and you know, here you go. And Uplay is kind of like doing it smart though, because they also have all these like the cashback, right, the point system, like they provide some value for people. So like it's kind of doable to be debated by Uplay. Yes, Pinchop, yes, I would never pay for it. I'm not sure actually if Ubisoft was paid by Epic or something. I think it was kind of like their like maybe a little bit they got paid there, but yeah, they basically were just like farming themselves the audience from Epic. I guess they were paid a bit, yeah. It was also early Epic Game Store years when they were forking way more money, right? So yeah, makes sense. That makes sense. But yeah, we'll see. All these announcement shows now are gonna be interesting to watch. Because I feel we're gonna have like remake galore, most likely. That's what everyone's gonna be doing now. With like uncertain economy and stuff, everyone's just gonna be sticking to like, you know, things that are already like franchises that are established, remakes. I mean, remakes we already see all over the place, right? But there's gonna be even more. Like you're looking like at the Final Fantasy like Pixel collection, right? And that sold like a few million copies like instantly in a weekend or something. Dude, that's like free money literally. And it's not even like, you know, some like Final Fantasy 7 into Final Fantasy 7 remake, right? With like completely different game. It's literally just the same pixel games basically, just like kind of bundled and adapted so they can run. Which is obviously also effort, right? Work, but like that's way less work than it brings you in terms of money. Well, speaking of, Ubisoft lays off a 60 from customer service centers. Publisher says customer relations team is evolving its organization to focus on where we can have a significant impact as it makes cuts in North Carolina and Newcastle. That's one way to wrap it up. Evolving. Just fire some people, that's how we evolve, eh? Estimate that due to organizational changes, 60 team members from our offices in Cary, North Carolina in US and Newcastle in the UK could be impacted. Yeah, Ubisoft said it would pursue cost-cutting measures in January when it lowered its financial guidance and cancelled 3 projects, saying it would be looking at targeted restructuring, divesting some non-core assets, and usual natural attrition to achieve that over the course of 2 years. In March, Ubisoft confirmed a strategic reorganization happening across its European subsidiaries that would result in the closing of Ubisoft Benelux, among other offices. And one AI for customer service, yeah. Could be, could be. And meanwhile, Power Wash Simulator hits 7 million players. Future Lab cleaning simulation title reaches the user count nearly a year after its release. Well, I mean, it's also on Game Pass, so, you know, some people maybe did play it through Game Pass, of course, but I still feel like most probably was actually buying it, especially since it's not that expensive. Yeah, that is indeed very impressive. I think there's like actually like the esports event going about it with the Power Wash now. I think Zerator is doing another insane marathon. They have like some like dank French streamer stuff going on there. And Zerator is like the biggest one, I think, a French streamer, and he like every year I think does like some sort of like, I don't know, like event convention sort of, and like a bunch of other streamers also gather and they just like do some stuff like in IRL and like raising money for charity. And I think there's like some esports right now for the Power Wash or something. This event, yeah. Never understand the hype about the Power Wash sim. Me either, to be honest. But like apparently a game is kind of like meditative and stuff, and people do like that. I mean, they got the crossover with Final Fantasy, dude. They got the crossover with Final Fantasy 7 Remaster. I think like you can like power wash the areas from the game or something. That means shit is big now. Very impressive, very impressive. Yes, actually, yeah. Got some bombs there. Konami's full-year revenue sees 5% bump as it hits 2.3 billion. The video game division saw a minor dip as it declined by 1% to 1.6 billion. And what even like brings money to Konami? Remasters. Igor is hello. How we doing? Revenue up 5%, profit down 36%, digital entertainment down 1%. Regarding specific game sales performances, Konami said Professional Baseball Spirits A grew revenues during the fourth quarter thanks to interest generated from the 2023 World Baseball Classic tournament. It also noted that eFootball 2023 has been downloaded over 600 million times since its launch. How is that one going? Are we still in the red? Well, I mean, yeah, kind of still in the red though. That will take some time to climb out of that one. It will take a little more time to climb out of that one. And that still, you know, like brings them a bunch. Like, dude. How down bad people are for that foodie then. Like, hard to say, like, what's worse, you know, buying FIFA every year or this. At least this is free, so I guess I would prefer this over buying FIFA every year. A fiscal year saw the release of games such as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Collection, Amazing Bomberman, WBSC eBaseball Power Pros. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles title performed strongly in Europe and America. Just farm the remasters, man. We're gonna see a lot of that. Games slated to launch during a fiscal year include Super Bomberman R2, Suikoden Remaster, and Saigune All Guns Blazing. That one I'm not sure. A remaster galore. A landlords of publishers, yeah. UK regulator adds further restrictions against Microsoft, Activision, Blizzard. Competition and Markets Authority says firms need to seek permission before they acquire an interest in each other. So they're blocking the stock sales, basically, between Microsoft and Activision. Acquires an interest in the other company or any of its subsidiaries, e.g. investing in each other's development studios. Acquires an interest in another business that holds an interest in the other company. Hold an option to acquire an interest in either of the above. Yes, this one remains blocked for now. I wonder if they can, if it's even possible to get out of this shit now for them. Square Enix's full year sales dip 6%. I like how they use Forspoken for that news there. Despite launches for Final Fantasy Crisis Core and Forspoken, the firm's HD game segment revenues fell 10%. What a twist. Net sales down 6%, profit down 3%, digital entertainment revenue down 12%. Square Enix's HD games for the year included Forspoken, Octopath Traveler, and Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. The big titles in the previous year were Outriders, Nier Replicant, and Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. So it was already kind of not the strongest year, really, because Replicant, I mean, it was a good game, but it didn't really perform that crazy. Outriders didn't perform crazy at all. And Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy was a really good game, but for Square Enix, it was not a good game because they were shitting on them even. That it was kind of not successful. And even compared to that previous year, they still managed to dip. A mobile PC browser game is 840 million, dude. Highlighted a slate of 18 major titles for the segment, 2 of which were launched during the fiscal year. They're still pumping, dude. However, it said that new titles were unable to offset weak performances from existing titles. Square Enix MMOs made $394 million in revenue, representing a decrease of 14% year over year. So Final Fantasy with Dragon Quest are on the decline right now. Well, I mean, yeah, there was no big updates and stuff, I guess, so... It's gonna be cool, man. Square Enix projects revenues for the fiscal year ending on March 31st, 2024 to be up 5%, 2.7 billion. So, I mean, yeah, they're putting big hopes now in Final Fantasy 16. We'll see. We'll see. I think it should be good, though. I think it should be good. Open Rose team completely separates from Fulbright. Former lead Steve Gaynor shifts to solo game development and says he really regrets past management behavior. Might be, Zach, might be. The split was announced in an update from a Fulbright co-founder Gainer. He said that after a great deal of consideration, it's just no longer Fulbright's place to represent Open Roads publicly going forward. It will be credited to the Open Roads team at launch. News comes nearly 2 years after Gainer stepped down as a lead of the title, following complaints about his leadership and mistreatment of women. It was reported his behavior led to 15 staffers exiting since development started on Open Road in 2019. Additionally, in today's announcement, he commented on his past management. He said, "I was increasingly unhappy in that higher level role, and I let that affect how I acted towards people at the studio. Something I really regret and should have managed to address sooner, but that didn't happen, and that's on me." Gainer also said that Fulbright's next game will be solely developed by himself. So basically everyone left and he's now like one-man studio, alright. Is that popular as people think? Well, I mean, it's still, I would say, on like in line with like some big AAA, you know, release pretty much. So I think it might still be quite good. I think 15 did quite well for them, so you know, should be fine if it will be successful. And they also kind of now, you know, catering more to like the mass audience and everything, right? With all the like the gameplay and everything, how it works. And I mean, even in all the discussions about like how gameplay works and stuff, they mentioned that, you know, they just kind of like trying to go for as wide audience as possible. So I will see if that will pay off. That we will see. A new Dead Rising game might be on the horizon. Alright. James Corden, while discussing exclusivity for the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, suggested that the new Dead Rising game may be in the pipeline, or more specifically on the horizon. Current extensive footage and imagery leaked from the now cancelled Dead Rising 5 project. It's been more than 6 years since last Dead Rising game dropped. Yeah, would it be revived? I have a feeling it might be. Like with Dead Island success, with Dying Light also success, and how long it's already succeeding, you know, with first game, like being around as a kind of live service for a while. I wouldn't even be surprised if they'll bring it back. And again, that's also catering, you know, to the classics and the old audiences and stuff, so maybe. Let's see, so I see. Yeah, that's this one. Insiders claim Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake. They have PlayStation exclusivity. So they kind of go in with that one. There is going to be like the showcase here, apparently. Happened before Summer Game Fest. And there are interesting rumors about that one too. There's going to be like the Knights of the Old Republic, for example, there too. We'll see. Sony might do some gig event then. I just read yesterday it was going to be a multi-platform. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure Yakadami would want actually to focus on one platform at this point, unless they're gonna get paid a lot. But I don't know. I kind of feel like Metal Gear is like, you know, like kind of legendary status and stuff too. But I don't think it's like that super huge. Gonna be PC and PS5. I see. Yeah, maybe just like the console exclusivity basically. It re-emerges like every 3 months, yeah. Well, and that was not just the tease, it seems like, but yeah, Starbreeze CEO suggests Payday 3 will launch second half 2023. So yeah, they already announced and teased that they're gonna show on Summer Game Fest the Payday 3, the gameplay and everything, and well, seems like second half it will be already out. We'll see. The Castlevania also was in the rumors, actually, that it also gonna be PlayStation exclusive. And that is also kinda, I'm not sure. Will it be or not? I feel like Konami is kinda like, with such franchises, they would ask for a lot of money to make it exclusive. Sonic Frontiers is the best-selling 3D Sonic game ever. 3.5 million copies since launch. And then you have the Power Wash Simulator with 7 million. I mean, it's out for longer, of course, too, but you know. When you put things in perspective, it's kinda a little different, but yeah, still good though. Because I think everyone, like me included, were expecting that Sonic Frontiers will be kinda not super crazy huge and good, but you know. Nice that it is, huh? Nice that it is good, so people actually enjoyed it. And Nintendo is coming for emulation once again. Let's see. Nintendo issued DMC takedown notice to GitHub to have a lockpick removed from the website. A lockpick, for those unaware, is a homebrew project that allows users to dump the digital keys from Nintendo Switch games. Doing so allows them to load the games on Nintendo Switch emulators on their PC. According to Nintendo, the reason for the takedown request is because of copyright infringement and an apparent way to circumvent technological protection measures. The report repository offers and provides access circumvention software that infringes Nintendo's intellectual property rights. The use of lockpick with the modified Nintendo Switch console allows users to bypass Nintendo's technological measures for video games. Specifically, lockpick bypasses the console TPMs to permit unauthorized access to, extraction of, and decryption of all cryptographic keys, including product keys, contained in Nintendo Switch. Decrypted keys facilitate copyright infringement by permitting users to play pirated versions of Nintendo's copyright-protected game software on systems without Nintendo console TPM or systems on which Nintendo's console TPMs have been disabled. Should lockpick be removed, one of the only legal ways for users to emulate Nintendo Switch games will be taken offline. Without the ability to dump digital keys to play their own games, those wishing to emulate games are likely going to have to look to other means to access the game, including pirating titles. But they actually started to take down the emulators too in general, so we'll see how that will go. Well, now that Zelda is out, probably they're gonna calm down a little, but still. Make a stationary console, yeah. That is true. Also don't need any handheld stuff. The next PlayStation Showcase date revealed, the journalist says. According to Jeff Grubb, Sony is set to hold a PlayStation Showcase the week of May 25th. Well, I mean, it would make kinda sense. I would kinda hope it will be like the week of, 1st of June. That would be a little better, a little closer to when Fiesta is already going. You never know. I would assume they would already announce it though, if it would be that soon, kinda. It's like less than 2 weeks pretty much already. So I would assume they would announce it already, but we'll see. We will see. Always announces the day before. I mean, kinda true, yeah. A lot of them kinda do. Except for like the Summer Game Fest and stuff, that usually is announced way ahead. HRC. The commodity emotes. Activision, PC gaming is beating console gaming. Damn son. Q1 of 2023, Activision Blizzard made $27 million more with PC platforms than it did with console platforms. Sharp uptick in 2022 on PC platforms that has ultimately culminated in computer-based gaming outselling console-based gaming with relative ease and is showing no signs of slowing. Well, probably because the GPU prices after the mining galore dropped a bit, but they still fucking high though, that's the thing. Now, I'm not sure if it's gonna be like slowing because like now PlayStations are more available and stuff too, so there's gonna be more of that also. Damn, Steve, it's time to hunt it down. It's time to hunt it down. Nintendo's next console won't launch before spring 2024, it is claimed. Nintendo Switch launched in March 2017 and has continued to sell well over the years. However, the console has started to show signs of its age as other systems around it continue to become more powerful. New report from Nikkei Asia, the development of the next console from Nintendo is moving along, but it's not ready to be released yet. Development seems to be progressing well, but a product launch won't happen before next spring at the earliest. Interesting. Interesting. Started showing age day one. I mean, yeah, kinda. Not false, not false. I mean, looking at what handhelds can do now with like the Asus One, right, and everything, and Steam Deck, like, bro, you can do better than that for sure. Call of Duty 2023 revealed to be the beginning of August. Apparently it's gonna be Modern Warfare 3. A beta weekend October, beta weekend 2 October. A campaign early access November and full release November 10th. So they're gonna have like the pre-order stuff there going again. And another Call of Duty rolling in to make another billion in a few days. System Shock has gone gold. Will release later this month. So that actually is happening. Insane. And not a lie. May 30th release date. It actually is gonna happen. I will see how that will go. I will see. Video game streaming viewership continues to fall. New report featuring data from Stream Hatchet states that total viewership has fallen 16% year over year, with 7.4 billion hours watched in Q1 compared to 8.8 billion hours watched in Q1 last year. The numbers, while ending a run of 6 straight quarters with a loss, are still far below the nearly 9 billion hours watched back in 2021. As far as where viewers are watching video game streams, there have been some slight changes. Twitch has seen 4% increase in market share from 70 to 74% year over year, while YouTube has risen from 13 to 15%. Facebook is the only major platform to see a decline in market share over the same time. In Q1 2022, Facebook held a 9% market share. In Q1 2023, that number fell to just 3%. It's pretty much like literally just like Facebook people moved to Twitch and YouTube. And like Twitch increased 4%, YouTube 2%, and Facebook lost 6%. The layout and chatter are not just great. You just need plugins. You just need plugins. I do my little even YouTube streams now. With plugins it gets a bit better, but in general YouTube for streaming is garbo. Like for streaming, not sure about watching exactly, but for streaming it is garbo. That I can now tell for sure. Facebook users are dying of old age. I think they're just kind of like switching shift also towards something else now. They stop doing the partner programs, I think, and everything too. I feel like the most of their audience nowadays is kind of like Asia, right? Like Asian countries and stuff, and in Asian countries and everything, people I think are more like mobile oriented nowadays. So it's like TikTok, all that kind of stuff, and their streams and stuff now there too. So I feel this is just kind of like they kind of dropping the people, losing people towards those new streaming platforms and stuff. I see, Charles. Yes, see, all right. So yeah, it's kind of like the shift probably. Because of the regions. Like it always was like basically Asia and stuff. Team streams with mods first. Emotion Man. Yo, you need to on third-party things for that for sure. According to data, video game streaming viewership remains up by 46% compared to Q1 2020. Yeah, so imagine like the growth that happened before, when just the Q1 2020. Like if we are right now still like in the drop for a while, but still ahead of 2020 by 46%. But yeah, the drop is going. The drop is going. Insomniac is aiming for Spider-Man 2 to be the best game the studio has ever made. I don't know. Is there any studio that is actually, you know, like aiming like, well, let's make just kind of like kind of meh game, you know? Like, let's not make the best game we can make. Nah, well, let's just like make something. So I'm kind of not really surprised with that one, I guess. That they want to make something better than they ever did before. Question is, will they? That's another story, but I think everyone wants to. Let's aim for a game that's mid. Well, I mean, you know, Redfall happened, so yeah, no, I guess that happens sometimes, somehow. EA reveals a fiscal year 2024 release schedule, including 2 unannounced games. Starting with known games, EA confirmed Immortals of Avium, Madden 24, EA Sports FC will all launch in Q2 2024. In Q3 2024, EA Sports NHL 24 will be released. Other games like Formula 1 23 and Super Mega Baseball 4 were also mentioned, though those exact release dates are already known. Like, out of all the games, it's like only like one that is not sports. Everything else is basically sports galore. That's how you farm. That's how you farm. A decline is why Twitch decided the streamers should get a smaller cut. I mean, partially. But no, not exactly. I doubt it. I doubt it. I think it's just the general greed at this point already. You know. Well, maybe not greed really, right? They want to be profitable, but instead of like trying to find the way to do it in kind of like smart form, I guess, they decided to go with, you know, like the lowering the cuts, forcing a shitload of absolute PPG odds, like free rolls on the live streams. Like, bro, why? It's like self-sabotaging. Well, those are 3 unknown titles. The bigger news may be the 2 unannounced games mentioned. 2 games coming in the fiscal year 2024, one from EA Sports, and 1 racing title. Okay, like, doesn't matter, whatever. Closed there. Our favorite ones. Apex Legends could feature a pop culture crossovers. Man, the Fortnite with their crossovers is like, you know, not letting them sleep calmly, seems like. Everyone wants to get some rapper to perform in their game or something. There's also gonna be like already like the Mortal Kombat. Well, I mean, I'm kind of getting there. Kind of getting there. EA Sports FC 24 reveal coming mid-July. So that's gonna be the FIFA replacement. July 12th or 13th. Well, there's some EA event scheduled. Maybe there will be some event in mid-July or something. I think last year they did actually something in July or some shit, wasn't it? Or did they skip last year? I don't remember. I remember one year it was like everyone was in June and they just did July or something. The in-person thing again. Yeah, probably. FaZe Clan founders are selling their shares amidst financial collapse. Yeah, I don't know who was investing into this, to be honest. I understand investing into, like, you know, the esports organizations kind of in general, but then ones that are kind of active. The only thing I heard about FaZe Clan but was back like when they were like breaching the lockdown all the time. That's all I heard about them, really. Yeah, their songs went some like crypto way there. Been revealed through a recent SEC filing that up to 62.5% of FaZe Clan's outstanding shares are to be sold, including those owned by the organization's owners and founders. So they're just like kind of like getting rid of it. This comes amidst an ongoing financial decline that has seen FaZe Clan plummet dramatically in value over the course of the last 10 months. Since the beginning of February, FaZe Clan's stock has failed to reach a value above $1 on the Nasdaq, which it joined less than a year ago. It was less than a year actually even. In August 2022, it was around that time that FaZe Clan value peaked, reaching a monumental height at 1.86 billion, but today it is worth just 35 million. Bro, imagine getting in like somewhere there. Oof. Someone got shaved there. And you got like Snoop Dogg on board, right? And Snoop Dogg also managed already to peace out, but he also got like I don't remember how much like his stock was cost. What was like some mil or something or more, and he sold it like 50,000 or something. Microsoft's purchase of Activision Blizzard to be approved by a European Union. According to Reuters, announcement on the approval is likely to happen on May 15th. I don't know how it's even gonna go. Like, alright, UK said no to acquisition. What now? Like everyone else so far kind of agreeing to it. Like, how it's gonna go? Can they do? Can't they do? Like, what? Yeah, maybe they just gonna like, you know, like say goodbye to UK, just move to other jurisdictions and like do the acquisition and whatever. Like how's that gonna work? Yeah, the Apex is doing the pop culture crossovers, and Nick Merckx and Tim the Tatman operators coming to Warzone. The Warzone is getting some streamers on board there. Yeah, bullshit, but yeah, pretty much. We got paid in stocks too, also seems like, and while it was initially quite good, later it all kinda pee-pee-poofed there. Suggestion about getting rid of xCloud for UK for a time, I see. Mortal Kombat 1 leaks as a reboot of the franchise. Another one. 70 bucks. Then premium edition already not 100, it's 110 already. Mortal Kombat 1. They already got some crossovers planned, basically. I think like some people claim there's gonna be Conan, I think. Not sure why Conan all of a sudden, to be honest. Are they planning like the movie remaster or something? Or make Conan a show or something? And I think like the boys characters or something else are gonna be in. Yeah, Mortal Kombat has crossovers for a while though, yeah. Starting with 9 basically. After the long break when they returned. Who was there? Kratos was there. Was there someone else? I'm trying to remember. Kratos with the area where you fight Zeus, the end of God of War 3, and was there someone else? I don't remember actually. Later they went like full on. There was everyone there already. Terminator, actually, in Mortal Kombat 9, was he? Actually, maybe. I don't remember. Yeah, like the Terminator was there, yeah, for sure, but I don't remember which one was in 9. Who did they out there? What do you mean the next gen fights though, Zachpack? I mean, it's gonna be basically like Mortal Kombat 12, eh? Freddy Krueger, true. True. Yeah, that was the one. Now I remember. Just basically Mortal Kombat 12, eh? Just kind of like a reset to make like the numbers, I guess, friendlier. Yeah, remake and reboot these days, absolutely. I mean, they're gonna probably like restart the story or something. Like they made the story kind of a big deal there already nowadays with all the cutscenes and the movies going on and stuff. So there's another one in the works or like already coming soon or something. So yeah, they probably just like pumping that stuff now. First games even have a story mode? Nope. That was just a ladder there. Just have like the climbing the ladder of multiple fights, from what I remember at least. Only like way down the line they kind of like started adding something similar to I mean, dude, like a whole bunch of characters are just like differently colored ninjas and everything. And I think some of those ninjas were just results of some glitches or something. Like, wasn't there even like story of some of the characters? It was like literally some like not the bootleg cartridge, but some sort of like bug basically that was changing the color of a character, and they just like, you know, well, that's a character now. That's pretty much all there is to the lore. Not to mention that, like, you know, like the noob Cybot is like the Tobias Boone backwards, right, and everything. So it's not too bad though. It's like kind of like, you know, those like brutal epic cutscenes and stuff. I kind of don't mind as a person who doesn't really care for fighting games, especially like multiplayer much. Like the single player with some stories, kind of like whatever. I'm okay with that. Do they still have a Mortal Kombat tag team option? That was actually what was cool about 9, because I remember we were at the summer house the whole summer basically with my friends, and we were just playing a whole bunch of it. Just sort of like PvE with tag team basically. So like 2 people could play pretty much. That was fun. That was actually fun. So you could play together, not against each other. Yeah, it was good. I think the last one already had like some insane like cutscenes and stuff going on. Like it's super PPG in terms of story, kinda. But at least, you know, cutscenes are dank. With all the brutality and everything. But even before there was some lore. Like I have a friend who is like the Mortal Kombat lore enjoyer, and bro, like, oof, holy shit. Like before the newer games even, like he knows it all. Like if you get him drunk and prepare, you're gonna hear all of it. Sharp announces it's making LCD displays for a new console. Sharp CEO Robert Wu said on Thursday that the Japanese firm has been working closely with an unnamed company on developing a gaming console since it was in the R&D phase. And the Legacy of Kain, didn't they get the petition or something for that? The THQ, I think, right? After acquiring Crystal Dynamics or something, they got the petition going. So, yeah, the survey or whatever. So, yeah, might happen. Just you wait. I mean, it will. Question of time, basically. Deadly Afraid of MK4. Back then I only played like the very first one, I think. And maybe a few other ones like at my friends' places on their consoles like Sega and everything. Like I had the first one I think on PC actually back in the day on DOS or something. Like that was a long time. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something at least. I played it for sure. That's for sure. And then like, you know, more or less how do you say, like self-conscious age and everything. That was already like Mortal Kombat 9 pretty much after all the break. That's when we kind of returned to it because my friend is kind of like the enjoyer of Mortal Kombat. And we also played a bunch with him. And then after 9, my interest just kind of like dropped. I haven't really played much, haven't watched much, kind of like, whatever. The Oracle, hello. How we doing? Sony has cancelled an unannounced sci-fi shooter, it's claimed. Final Strike Games, development for 3 years. Provided with evidence of the claims from an ex-developer at the studio under condition that the source remains anonymous. The game was 2 years away from its release, the intention being to release the game on the PlayStation 5 and PC. According to the screenshots provided, Final Strike Games had a 40% reduction in headcount because of the cancelled project. So like Sony is also kind of cutting the random stuff, I guess, the new stuff there. Nice, Oracle, nice. And now that, you know, acquisition is blocked, Sony is like, alright, cancel all the shooters. And we're gonna sell Call of Duty. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is the highest rated game on OpenCritic ever. The #1. And then, yeah, and then you can be called Carnage, and post a video with some very mild criticism and get a whole bunch of angry enjoyers just piling on you. How dare you dislike what I like? Game of the year. Actually, ironically, probably gonna be the game of the year. Just you wait. Just you wait. Metacritic reviews is duality of man. That's the thing. As soon as something gets like very like popular, I mean, it's like objectively, it's a good game, right? Like all of the Zelda games, really objectively, and this one is not an exception. Sure, like the Switch is like the garbo hardware, right, and everything. it is still good. And as soon as like the more, you know, like positive and epic reception goes, the more there's gonna be people who just gonna be shitting on it just because, you know, just to go against, you know, the normality, you know, like fuck them normies, man. Game is shit. And then you have like, yeah, the duality of man. There's gonna be like some people who just kind of like loving it just because it's Zelda, some people who hating it just because it's Zelda, and somewhere there's gonna be probably people who just kind of like, you know, actually playing it and maybe liking it and disliking it. Yes, you see, I see, yeah. Troop and trophy, true, huh? Lords of the Fallen indeed. Yeah, Lords of the Fallen launches October 13th, leaker claims. And I guess we're gonna see some on Summer Game Fest there. Probably with some like the date announcement then and everything. Yes, these do, I see. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if something is like becoming like super loved by people, there will be like by definition just people who are gonna be shitting on it because, as I said, like shitting on things doesn't require a lot of effort, and that makes you belong somewhere for sure. You know, some people just kind of find it a little unfair, which, I mean, I could see that sometimes, right? Because, like, if it's Zelda is, like, by definition is, like, 10 out of 10 everywhere. Like, no one is gonna even try. Like, as I say, you try to criticize something, maybe even, like, for, you know, you have, like, subjectively, obviously, right? All the reviews and stuff, they subjective. Cole Carnage didn't like something about the game, like wasn't his cup of tea even, like I'm not sure if he said what he doesn't like or something, not his cup of tea. He posted a video about it and got shit on to the point he deleted the video because there was just too much hate going on. Like, bro. And that's why we can have nice things. That's why there's gonna be like, while there are people who defending it that hard, there's gonna be people who will be shitting on it equally hard, you know. And that's why that's gonna be this constant, you know, struggle. Facing Worlds OST, yeah. Well, not the. It was a good map, but yeah, I kind of like mostly played just for the song. Out of the maps, I like the most Deck 16. Deck 16 I like the most, but OST wasn't really even memorable for me. But Facing Worlds OST, I always remember. Enthalpy. Gamers out yet again, yeah. Yeah, like this like protecting my game type of stuff, I don't really get it. I don't really get it, man. Well, at least, you know, like, you can try to, like, do some conversation, right? You can be like, someone didn't like something, you can go like, well, you know, I think that this thing is actually, you know, and, like, try to put your point of view there, not just shitting on someone. The thing is, like, usually, like, someone who stated their point of view, they don't really, like, if it's a review on YouTube, right? They don't want to hear your point of view or review, right? They would watch it otherwise on YouTube. They just want to put theirs out there. So it makes even less sense to go counter that. True, stay true. That is true. Any like extreme opinion on anything is like, yeah, it's kinda sus. You can be 100% something. There's always a little bit off there. Deviation Games hit with layoffs with PlayStation game in development. Another day, another set of layoffs. Hit with layoffs that sees as many as 90 employees go. That's actually like quite big though. If like Ubisoft cuts like 60 and these guys goes 90. Yeah, they're working on new IP for Sony. We'll see. Yeah, and LP, exactly. Exactly. That's all. Like the only like I do check reviews, but I do check them on Steam. And it's mostly just to see like if something is off in terms of like tech, mostly, right? Like if you see like mixed and you read and it's like, oh, buggy, crashing, alright. I'll chill with this one then. And yeah, if I want to see the game, then yeah, like watch some trailers and then I go like on Twitch basically. Well, I mean, I don't nowadays, but yeah, like usually if I really want to. More than half the studio even. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Like I don't think it's a big one. Deviation Games first signed a publishing agreement with Sony back in 2021. At the time, company CEO Dave Anthony said the company was excited and ready for the opportunity. Not afraid to say that our ambitions are super high. We're setting out to make a huge content-rich game with a focus on a lot of action and a lot of energy, and let's leave it at that for now, and hopefully it won't be long before we can share more. A year later, co-founder and chief creative officer Jason Blundell would leave the studio. No reason for his departure was ever made public. And now they got 90 people out of it. No info on that yet, too. Hogwarts Legacy Switch Edition delayed by 4 months. I'm even like surprised they're even trying. I guess it's gonna be cloud though. Yeah, Punjabi. Like I usually also kind of look at negative only, mostly just to see what people complain about. Yeah, if it's something like something is wrong with the game, like tech wise and stuff, then that's a red flag. Now we'll be launching November 14th. Yeah, so I would assume that's gonna be cloud version. That's kind of the only way probably to release something like this on Switch. Oh yeah, more on the gamer alive. Battlefield's community goes to war as Electronic Arts warns against harassment. Electronic Arts channels went live on social media with a message warning toxic members of Battlefield community away from harassing its development teams. These posts explain that developers are being harassed on social media, and this is because of decisions being made and the future of Battlefield, and because quite simply there are millions of fans that were made miserable by the relative destruction of the franchise back in 2021. The classic, the classic. Yes, it's obviously. No, but a lot of people playing a controller on PC. Yeah, it's more like, yeah, if you don't play on controller and you go in negative reviews and it says like, well, you can't play controller, but you don't even have it, you just want the mouse, then yeah, this review is kind of irrelevant for you then. It's possible that Zelda may get her own adventure. There's on the actual Legend of Zelda we're gonna get. According to series producer Eiji Aonuma, who has worked on the Zelda franchise since the late 80s, sat down with Anti-Fair to deliver an interview that uncovered some telling details about the potential future of the Legend of Zelda and how it may literally become the Legend of Zelda. I think what takes most priority is this idea of gameplay. If it turns out that the particular gameplay we're trying to bring to fruition would be best served by having Zelda take that role, then it's possible that that could be a direction we could take. With that said, of course, because we're not sure what the next gameplay experience is going to be, we can't say what Zelda's next step is going to be. The Legend of Link now, yeah. That's as far as it goes. I mean, wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe there'll be like another spin-off or something they're gonna do. Another one. Could be something like that. You're right, let me see. What else? Missing a name? This we saw. Now, what is this? Oh, what is this trailer that you post there? Some horror and stuff. Some DMCA, bad guys. Full out vibes there. Hey, who that be? The Voodoo Hazard then. Shadow Mons. The one and only. The Dark Legacy. I see. Interesting. I see. Did they post something? Still didn't. Still didn't. But yeah, next week we be playing on Tuesday. We'll be playing new campaign, Songs of Conquest. The Lord campaign will be out. Gonna be playing it next week. I mean, maybe the trailer was like an announcement, I guess, or something. Yeah, we'll see, we'll see.